CBS 47 Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
And that breaking news out of Atwater this morning, police have just released images of the suspect they believe started a fire at the Target at Highway 99 and Applegate Road.
CBS 47's Fabiola Ramirez is live with the guy that they are looking for this morning. Fabiola?
Yeah, we're right outside the Super Target where crews are cleaning up what's left right now. For one, the smoke, and second, all that water damage. But we did just release the police department just released photos of the guy. Video shows a suspect pushing a shopping cart through the grocery area and filling it up with merchandise. At one point, he goes out of sight into the toilet paper aisle. Shortly after that, he left the area, and that's when the fire was discovered. He did exit the store, and right now he is wanted. He's described as a Hispanic male in his late 30s to mid 40s, wearing a gray striped tank top and blue pants. He had a shaved head and large mustache. If anybody knows anything, they're asked to call the Atwater police. Now, last night through the whole area, smoke filled the inside of Target. This video was sent to us by a viewer and shows bright illumination inside the Target and fire trucks working outside. We are told no one was hurt and everyone was evacuated by the time fire officials and police arrived. Now, Super Target is one of the biggest department stores in the city of Atwater, so many locals were very devastated to hear that this happened, especially now with the fact that they're going to learn that somebody actually set the place on fire. If you do know any information or do recognize the man as he was leaving, or if you saw him or know him, you're asked to contact Atwater Police Department. As far as it comes to Target, there is no word of when it will reopen again. Live in Atwater, Fabiola Ramirez, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
All right, Fabiola, thank you. And police asking you to call them if you know anything. Also, right now, firefighters continue to battle the massive Mendocino complex fire. This fire is now the largest in state history. It's about the size of Los Angeles. It's burned nearly 300,000 acres and is 34% contained. Full containment not expected until next month.
Been the scariest one because it was so angry.
And those flames are moving in different directions, quickly ripping through neighborhoods and mountains. 11,000 buildings are threatened this morning. Evacuation orders remain in effect.
Now to Southern California, where the Holy Fire is ripping through the Cleveland National Forest south of L.A. It broke out Monday afternoon, quickly burning 3,000 acres. Some people were close enough to see the flames from their homes.
The fire actually from our backyard, and we could see it coming over the ridge. We live a block or two down, and it's just really scary to see it so close to our home.
Homes below the ridgeline are not affected now, but firefighters are warning people they should be prepared to see a lot of smoke.
To Mariposa County now, firefighters are making progress containing the Ferguson fire. Today, more residents are returning home, but parts of Yosemite National Park do remain closed. This fire's burned more than 94,000 acres. It is 43% contained. 2 firefighters have died and 10 structures have been destroyed in that blaze. Park officials say they don't know when every area will reopen.
It's just heartbreaking to know that people that had campground reservations were canceled, people that had lodging reservations. For a lot of these people, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
The Ferguson fire is now the largest in the history of the Sierra National Forest.
Smoke from that fire is a big health risk down in the valley this morning. You can barely make out the Fresno skyline in this shot from yesterday afternoon. Doctors say the smoke's bad for your health. Fine particulate matter gets trapped in your lungs.
Enough that they can get into your bloodstream, and it can cause heart attacks, it can cause strokes, people will feel the tightness in the chest.
Well, one of the best things you can do is stay inside as much as possible. You can also wear a mask to protect yourself outdoors. You know, rain would be nice to clear it up, but it looks like in this live shot from Yosemite that it does look a little bit less smoky today.
It does, Anthony. You can see there's obviously still haze, and in all these webcams this morning, you can actually see the high country. You can actually see Half Dome, and we haven't seen that in a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, you guys are exactly right. This is the best vantage point we've seen in clearly a week, and we are starting to see some improvement on the valley floor. The big question is, will that smoke, of course, begin to increase later on this afternoon? And a lot of that's going to have to do with the fire containment there north of us in the Ferguson fire and our wind patterns. We'll take a look outside right now in the South Valley. Valley. It is a very hazy picture out there as well, and we continue to see that orange glow. Right now, we're not seeing a major shift in the weather pattern, and of course, we are still seeing that smoke trapped right over the top of us here with the air quality warning firmly in place for you. Weather headlines will show an increase in heat over the next several days as heat wave number 3 kicks into action here for us. Air quality alert stays in place. And how about the temperature? So how do things feel when you head outdoors this morning? How about at Hanford? Back in the upper 50s, 59 degrees at this hour, 62 in Visalia, and we're right at the 60-degree mark there as you head north of Fresno into Madera. Stay tuned. I'll look at the full forecast coming up.
Hanford's a place to be.
It's nice to see that.
Yeah. Well, developing now, Fresno police are looking for an armed man who they say robbed a gas station last night of Ventura and Cedar. It's a Chevron. Police say the robber jumped over the counter demanding the clerk hand over cash. The clerk tried to stop him, but the guy pulled out a gun and hit the clerk in the head before getting away with the cash. There weren't any customers there at the time. Police tell us the guy's in his 30s or 40s and was last seen wearing a red sweatshirt and red bandana. If you know anything, call Crime Stoppers 498-STOP.
This morning, a man is facing several charges after leading law enforcement on a chase across Fresno County, then trying to escape in a canoe. That suspect led officers and sheriff's deputies on a high-speed chase through the city of Fresno. It all ended in the San Joaquin River at Scout Island. Police say the burglary suspect drove off a cliff there and landed in the water. The man still tried to get away by rowing away in a canoe, and that did not work. A sheriff's helicopter circled above and kept a close eye on the suspect. Now, this all happened as more than 100 kids were playing just yards up that river. They were quickly put on lockdown.
We first noticed the helicopter coming in over the river. They started telling us on the loudspeaker to get out of the water.
And police finally caught the suspect in a field nearby.
Members of the old Fig Garden community in Fresno are taking a stand 6 weeks after a teen was murdered in their neighborhood. 17-year-old Nick Calls gunned down near Van Ness and Rialto while trying to run from robbers. Detectives say the shooter is now behind bars. Residents say they'd like to see more deputies patrolling their neighborhood.
Obviously, my wife and I are going to support anything that leads to greater safety for our family.
According to the Fig Garden Police Protection District, deputies spend nearly 3,500 hours a year patrolling the area.
District 22 nominee Andrew Jans is hosting a town hall this morning for seniors in Clovis. The Fresno County prosecutor will face off against Congressman Devin Nunes in November. Jans is expected to discuss critical issues related to the valley and his plan to tackle them if elected to Congress this morning. That town hall starts at 10 o'clock at the Clovis Veterans Memorial District. It is 6:39 now. Late show host James Corden has quite a following for his carpool karaoke segments.
He did one with Paul McCartney in June, and now CBS is turning that into a primetime special.
Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be.
The primetime special will include never-before-seen footage from the wildly popular episode when they drive around Liverpool and visit McCartney's childhood home to learn about what inspired him to write those hit songs.
I had a dream in the 60s where my mum, who died, came to me in the dream and was reassuring me, saying, it's going to be okay, just let it be. And I went, oh, I felt so sort of great and like, oh boy, it's going to be great, you know. She gave me the positive word. Into harmony.
The original interview with Paul McCartney has 130 million views on Facebook and YouTube. An hour-long version of that will air Monday, August 20th, 8 p.m. right here on CBS 47.
That'll be good.
Yeah. And when we come back this morning on Eyewitness News, is Tesla going private or what? We're sorting out the details of a wild ride on Wall Street.
Plus, an extra hand at work, the new technology helping workers at a car factory.
And get ready, the triple digits making a return to the Valley floor. Look at the full forecast coming up.